Consumer Watchdog's legal team has been able to accomplish a lot over the 3 decades, but we couldn't do it without our clients, people like Justin Smith. At the best of times, it takes courage to stand up to powerful corporations and demand change, but doing so when it risks your health and privacy takes a special kind of courage. Please welcome me and bring you to the stage Justin Smith to tell you his story.
Good evening. In the summer of August 1986, I was 22. I was hit by a storm that has yet to succeed. I was diagnosed as HIV positive, and the prognosis at that time was typically fatal. Little did I know, or anyone know, that this was the beginning of a saga that would last for decades. My name is Justin Smith, and I'm a 37-year survivor of HIV. Thank you. I had the good fortune of finding a Consumer Watchdog, and they had my back. I learned the power of standing up and fighting back against the societal stigma that all with HIV must endure. The late 80s and early 90s were dark times for the gay community. We saw the passing of many countless friends and partners. But those of us who made it through, we were considered to be the lucky ones. Little did we know that we had been delivered to the broken promised land, steeped with stigma and discrimination, most troubling, often by our own community. Even with the advances of medicine, the stigma surrounding HIV remains pervasive and relentless. And most troubling, it often comes from within our own community. Fast forward to December of 2014. My health insurance company was trying to force me into using their mail order pharmacy to receive my HIV medication, denying me the privilege of working with my trusted pharmacy and my right to privacy. My personal fight ended when I was heartlessly told by my insurance company that if I didn't like it, I could go to the pharmacy and purchase the medication myself. At that time, a month's worth of HIV medication cost in the neighborhood of $3,500. A few weeks prior, I had had the good fortune of reading an article that mentioned an organization that had taken on an insurance company against this very fight. Frantically, I looked for that article and I found it. And I found the organization to be Consumer Watchdog. And with a profound sense of desperation, I called. It was a Hail Mary call. 2 rings in and Jerry Flanagan answered the phone. That was a turning point, emotionally and literally. It led to a positive outcome for all of us fighting the same battle. And it gave me hope that there were people who were willing to pick up the fight and fight for those who felt they could not, especially when we had been silenced. This is a battle that should have never been waged. It was a battle of money versus morality, and it was waged against the entire HIV community by every major insurance company in the US. To the benefit of tens of thousands of HIV consumers, Consumer Watchdog took on every one of them and won. This is not just my story. This is the story of every HIV positive individual who faces discrimination and prejudice every day. But I'm one of the lucky ones. I'm a white, upper middle class male. I've traveled the world, I've started my own business, but this fight for others is even harder. This stigma is even more suffocating. And as challenging as being HIV positive has been for me, it's much harder for people of color and others who have been disproportionately affected by HIV. I'm profoundly honored to be here tonight in a dual capacity. First, as a representative of the individuals Consumer Watchdog fights for every day, tirelessly and often without recognition. Second, to lend my voice to those same individuals to express our collective, heartfelt appreciation to Consumer Watchdog. They embody an unwavering dedication to the pursuit of justice every day and give every individual a voice who otherwise would remain unheard. And they do so for one primary, simple reason. It's the right thing to do. Until such a time as a lapdog would be sufficient, we've got Consumer Watchdog. So, Jerry, Danny, Ryan, Ben, and all of the Consumer Watchdog team, thank you. Thank you for being our watchdog, for being out there and fighting the fight and doing the work that you do. It means everything to those of us who can't do the fight. It's now my sincere pleasure to share more about the work and introduce the 2023 Consumer Watchdog Year in Review. Thank you.